If you focus on veterans, you will fail in this industry. I was that veteran that was on the receiving end of getting really, really bad advice in the world of mortgage. I have military that's pretty thick throughout my entire family. Thankfully, I've gotten some people to convert their mindset and thinking that way, but I haven't converted everyone, not even close. I want to make sure that veterans know that someone has their back. Let's figure out a way to make this a better process for our veterans. We owe them that. It's a benefit that they earned by putting on a uniform, agreeing to protect strangers that they don't know, and for you to share out these videos for other people that might be giving you a hard time if you're trying to use your VA loan. I really, really like when my clients come to me or my real estate partners come to me wanting to enlist my help. I just know the handbook and I know how to ask the right questions. I'm not only looking to help the people that I'm getting paid on. I'm looking to help everybody. I've been having people tell me for a year now, Elizabeth, you need to put your commentary on YouTube. And you know why I didn't do it, quite frankly? Because I don't want to get sued. Because sometimes I say bad words. And sometimes I call people out for their bullshit. And sometimes people don't like that. Companies don't like that. So I have to be very careful with what I say. Nonetheless, we're here. We're going to talk about something that, for those of you that know me, you know is pretty important to me. But first, let me tell you who I am. My name is Elizabeth Cassidy. I am a mortgage originator in the state of Florida, the Sunshine State, the retirement state, the Florida man is always on TV and making the news state, whatever you want to call it, that's where I am. I am in Central Florida, so right where you see all those rockets launch off, I am right there in the heart of Melbourne, Florida. But thankfully, being in the world of mortgage, normally you can write mortgage in the entire state that you're licensed in. So I love all of Florida equally, except for the places with gators. We don't get along. But nonetheless, Elizabeth, what do? I do mortgages. I do them primarily for veterans. I do mortgages for everyone. I'm never going to turn away a customer just because they didn't serve this country. But I will absolutely fall on the sword for those that did. For those of you that don't know this about me, I'm an Air Force veteran. My husband is also still serving in the Air Force. I have military that's pretty thick throughout my entire family. A lot of our friends are military. The military is just something that is in our life all day long, every day, which is why I advocate as hard as I do for military veterans. There's a lot of real estate agents in town that know me for being the person that does the most VA loans, and I'm proud of that. I'm not the largest producer on VA loans by any means. I don't know if I ever will be. There are some phenomenal mortgage originators out there that do a lot more VA loans than I do, but I'm proud to say that I do a lot here in Central Florida. And I want to keep it that way. And I want to keep growing, and I want to keep teaching veterans and agents and really anyone that will listen as to why it's so important for us to make sure that we are taking care of the people that put on a uniform to protect us. It seems pretty common knowledge when you say it like that, but you would be so surprised at the amount of flack that our military gets when they're trying to use their benefit. It blows my mind so much how just nasty people can be when it comes to veterans wanting to use their benefit. And that's what it is. That's truly what it is. It's a benefit that they earned by putting on a uniform, agreeing to protect strangers that they don't know. I have been known to be the person that'll give a quick ring-a-ding to the listing agent or to the sellers and be like, tell me why was that person cool enough to put a uniform on to protect you, but they're not cool enough to buy your house? Thankfully, I've gotten some people to convert their mindset and thinking that way, but I haven't converted everyone, not even close, which is why we're here. So hopefully you learn a little thing or two from me. Hopefully you understand what I'm doing and why I'm doing it. Hopefully you trust me and my team for mortgage, but that's not the point of this. The point of this is to truly make sure that you as a consumer and as a veteran or as an industry professional have a place to go to for you just to learn and for you to share out these videos for other people that might be giving you a hard time if you're trying to use your VA loan. We're going to sprinkle in some other mortgage stuff here and there. We're also going to have some fun little story time for me to tell you just some of the bullshit that we deal with in this industry. This is not your mama's mortgage show. I don't want you to watch this around children unless they're like my kids and they know what are adult words and what are kid words. But anyways, let's get right into it. Why should someone enlist Elizabeth? See that? You see that little thing right there? I like to use that phrase sometimes. It says Enlist Elizabeth. Hopefully you guys can see it okay. I really, really like when my clients come to me or my real estate partners come to me wanting to enlist my help. That does not mean I write all of their mortgages, but they enlist my help in some capacity. Sometimes that is, hey, help me understand what this issue is that I'm having on this veteran's loan for this other veteran. Help me understand how I can position this offer to get them under contract on this property. Help me understand what these stress points are that this veteran is dealing with. I'm not only looking to help the people that I'm getting paid on, I'm looking to help everybody, primarily real estate agents. I know I do not have the bandwidth to write all 70,000 plus VA loans that were written in the state of Florida last year. And yes, that comes directly from the VA. There were over 70,000 VA loans written. I can't do them all, not even close. So if I can make sure that I reach you on a platform like this to help teach you something, and you can take that bit of knowledge back to your real estate agent, or back to your referral partner, or back to the listing agent, or back to the title company, I'm satisfied. I've done my job. I really just want to make sure that our veterans are being served to the best of our capabilities in this industry. We've all seen the headlines. We've all seen the rumors. We all know the myths and the garbage and the bullshit that they have to go through. Let's do a little bit of something to help that situation. Let's teach ourselves. Let's teach each other. Let's figure out a way to make this a better process for our veterans. We owe them that. Absolutely. Why do you do what you do? There's a funny story behind that question. I get that asked not a lot, but I get it asked enough of the times, like, Elizabeth, why do you care so much about veteran mortgages? I actually had my very, very first manager in the mortgage space tell me, if you focus on veterans, you will fail in this industry. I said, you wanna bet? So I've made it my mission to make sure that we are teaching and advocating for veterans. And why do I do that? 2 reasons. Number one, the doubt that another person in this industry tried to instill in me at my very, very start of jumping into mortgage back in 2019. And number 2, I was that veteran that was on the receiving end of getting really, really bad advice in the world of mortgage when I didn't know any better. And a lot of our veterans are in that position. They've never bought a house before, or they've only heard advice or horror stories or myths or garbage from people that have done it before, and they've never done it themselves, and they have no choice but to believe all of the bullshit that's being thrown at them. I want to make sure that we change that. So that's why I do what I do. I want to make sure that veterans know that someone has their back. I do. I know a lot of mortgage originators throughout the country that do. I also know a lot of people that like to prey on veterans because they think that it's an easy loan to write, they could pass the buck on, and they could take advantage because in their mind, veterans are stupid. We're not. And we're coming to make sure that people know that veterans deserve a great mortgage process just like everybody else. That's why I do what I do. What's your favorite part of the mortgage world? Hands down, telling someone yes when other lenders have told them no. I can't tell you how many times a veteran has come to me and said, oh, so-and-so bank told me I couldn't, or so-and-so mortgage company told me I would never be able to buy a house. And I figured out a way for them to buy a house. And it's very, very simple. I don't have any magic beans. I don't have any special underwriting guidelines that other people don't have for the most part. I just know the handbook, and I know how to ask the right questions. I know how to get VA loans closed. I know how to get other loans closed. I know how to make sure that I pre-position my team to where you're going to buy that house if you really want to buy that house. And I'm going to make it happen. That's why I continue to do it. It's my favorite part. My favorite part of this industry is telling someone yes when everybody else told them no and they were pissed. That's really my favorite part.